Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Alright, today we're gonna attempt Spiral Abyss floor 12. I've already attempted floor 11 previously. So I'll try to link that video in the description below if you guys wanna check out the builds and stuff. So in this video, I'm just gonna be focusing on the strategies itself and how I approach the freeze comp entirely surrounding Ganyu and her ult, which is amazing. So just to show you guys, I just completed it about 5 minutes ago. Should have gotten the rewards by now. Alright, 7 out of 9 stars. So I didn't get 3 stars for Chamber 1 and Chamber 3. So we'll be attempting that further and see if I can try and get that extra Primo Gems or whatever. So we still have 3 days before the current one resets. Okay, so let's jump right into it. So we're gonna go freeze comp in the beginning. So the typical Ganyu, Sucrose, to Xingqiu, to we need 2 cryo, so either Diona or Chi-Chi. Now second half, I'm gonna go with this. Yes, we don't bring Beidou at all. Official is better because Eye of the Storm is at the chamber 2. I'm in chamber 1, second half, right? Yeah, this should do it. So we suck them in, and we do this, and we do this, and we do this. Do this, and we do this. Okay, so from this point onwards, you can see we're just trying to consistently apply freeze to the enemy. So make sure to, I don't think the order matters, but as long as there's cryo and there's hydro, which is Xingqiu and Ganyu, so that's the best, right? So Sucrose is very good right here to help with the reduction of the resistance from the enemy. Alright, you can either reduce their cryo resistance or their hydro resistance depending, because I have the full set Viridistant Verania, full set of VV right there, and like these 3 beta curls, like if you guys are still struggling to get rid of them, alright. Now I am aware that this floor gives Geo damage bonus. Geo hero specifically is gonna get a lot of increase in damage, but still if you don't have much Geo heroes built, the freeze comp will definitely help you a lot right here. Alright, they will be able, like look at that, this guy is charging at me. I just popped my E from Xingqiu and he just got frozen halfway. Alright, it's really strong. Alright. And right here I'm deciding if I want to save my ult, because at that point it's like, okay, I'm left with this one guy at this point, right? So should I save my ult, just spam elemental skill, and then surprisingly Ganyu didn't do much damage there. I was hoping that she would do more, especially from the bloom damage. She only got the initial hit, she didn't get the bloom damage, so I was like, let's just freeze this guy again and try to... Yeah, I shouldn't have gotten greedy here. I was trying to save all my ult, you know? Like I wasted like at least 20 seconds right here, 30 seconds, 20 seconds trying to do this because this guy is blocking with his shield. So at the end I'm like, F it, I'm gonna pop my Xingqiu's ult again and get on with it, because yeah, that wastes too much time. Okay, second half is a bit tricky, so this is where I sort of messed up a bit. That's why I'm gonna try to do a better rerun later on. So I decided to bring in Fischl. Earlier I was attempting this stage with Beidou as opposed to Fischl, and at one point I got a bit too greedy. Was it here? No, it wasn't here, it was later on. And I'll point to you guys the biggest mistake that I could have done right there. Alright, so Klee cannot really hit this guy. Alright, you need 1 archer. I feel like when you are fighting the Eye of the Storm, you really need at least 1 archer. Alright, since I'm using Ganyu at the beginning of the stage in the first half, so I'm gonna rely specifically on, yeah, this point I got really greedy. Okay, so I'm just like, oh, I got Klee now, let's go. Spam out, spam everything. And I'm too comfortable with my Klee. I decided to, okay, let's do as much damage as I can, because it's a lot of damage. And yep, she dies. That's why you try not to get too greedy. Alright, I should have dodged earlier. I was like, let's get the extra hits in. So what if that guy hits me once, right? I have Bennett to heal. Nope, Klee is really squishy. Alright, Klee, Ganyu, these are the few like glass cannon units. They are like super squishy. You'll die in a couple of hits if you're not careful. So I should have played better right there. Dang. So from this point onwards, I think I'm just solely relying on, you know, just heavily relying on the other 3 members. In this case, Zhongli, Fischl, and Bennett, okay, to do damage. And yeah, at this point, I know that getting 3-star is no longer possible because actually I needed Klee to take care of this guy. This guy, the Ruin Guard, if you're not familiar, they have very high physical resistance. Alright, so you need elemental damage to deal with them consistently. And Klee is my best bet to hopefully take care of this guy. So Bennett, Fischl, I mean, they do have elemental damage they can spam once in a while, but it's not super reliable. And like at this point, this guy is spinning and I have like 15 seconds before the 5 minutes mark. So I pretty much am sure that I shouldn't be getting 3-star, but still getting 2-star shouldn't be a problem, right? Fortunately, there's a lot of delay between the 3-star and the 2-star requirements. So yeah, the best bet for me is to hopefully spam each of their elemental skill more often. Spam Zhongli's E, spam Fischl's E or alt as soon as it's up, as soon as it's available, and then swap over to Bennett and try to do damage from that point onwards. So that's the best that I could do. Alright, at this point you can see, yeah, I'm taking really long. So I think to get rid of the Ruin Guards, the best way is to use Catalyst users. I think Ningguang would have been better here. Yeah, Ningguang would have been so good to get rid of this guy. Yeah, that's something that I can consider doing. I do have a Ningguang build, just that some of her gears have been swapped away. I gave some of her gears away to Ganyu, so I'm not able to bring her. Like, yeah, I don't have enough good gears. Alright, in this case, we're just gonna try to, you know, perma-freeze all of them as much as I can. As you can see, the combo here is just Sucrose with Elemental Burst, you know, and then Ganyu Elemental Burst, Xingqiu Elemental Burst, Diona Pop Heal, even though you probably don't really need Diona. I feel like if you have someone like Kea, Xingqiu, like her heal is good, but at this point, if you can freeze them and if you can dodge every attacks, there shouldn't be a problem. And this floor is definitely easier to dodge, right, since you don't have that floor debuff. Like floor 11 has that electro debuff, which is really annoying, but this floor there's no debuff at all. So yeah, it might be possible to not use a healer at all, like, to be honest. My Diona literally has no sets, alright? So if you guys haven't checked out my previous video, all the artifacts are revealed in that video. So as you can see, the treasure hoarders, alright, grouping them up with Sucrose ult and then spamming your Ganyu's elemental burst later on. I feel like I'm not utilizing my Ganyu's elemental skill to its fullest, alright? So I'm not spamming her E often enough. I'm mostly using her Q, and over there I should have spammed Diona's elemental skill twice because I got the sacrificial. Oh, by the way, this group, alright, I'm running, even though I don't really have high energy recharge on my team, but because as you can see, right, 3 of them have the sacrificial weapon, which is insane. So that's how it actually works. So Sucrose have the sacrificial, what do you call that? The catalyst codex? Is it sacrificial codex? No, I think it's called sacrificial fragments, right? Sacrificial fragments of Sucrose. And she has C1 at least 2 chargers. So that means she has a higher chance to pop her sacrificial. Xingqiu has sacrificial sword. Alright, that gives you a lot of chance to pop your elemental skill twice. Diona has sacrificial bow. So 3 sacrificial weapons. I think it's better to go with 1 Favonius because as far as I'm concerned, Favonius gives quite a lot of particles as well. And if I'm not mistaken, you know, the chance of you to activate Favonius weapons is going to be really high as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what's the calculation between Favonius versus sacrificial, like which one gives more energy, because the entire concept in that team right there is focusing on getting as much energy particles as we can and then spamming out all the time, right? So this is where I'm going to struggle a bit with no Klee. Wait, I don't think Klee could have done much to these guys because they have high pyro resistance anyways, right? So we're just gonna use Zhongli, use Fischl, use Bennett. So Overload is my best friend right here, alright? Fischl, Bennett, and then hopefully Zhongli try to give shield to everybody. So we don't really have the need to have much shield. So yeah, these guys, they are really annoying to deal with, but I think if you want to, as far as I know, you can try to abuse the fall damage. I've noticed some players do that on the Abyss run. So try to like slam them towards the wall, and that will give you extra damage, and sometimes it can be quite a lot. It can be like 10k, 20k. So fighting near the wall or near the edge is probably the best thing you could have done. Yeah, I needed to take advantage of that, I think. So right here you can see I'm not really using or utilizing that to the fullest potential. But the Overlord is really helpful because it's really smashing them towards the wall, pushing them against the, against the invisible wall, so called. Got my Zhongli ult, so it's all about spamming ult every time I get it. So at this point I got Bennett ult again. So try and push this guy towards the wall again and push him. I'm trying to push him inside the Bennett's ult, but I don't think it's necessary for me to do that, to be honest. Yeah, at this point, I think we got this. So out of that 3 characters that I'm using, Zhongli seems to deal the most physical damage. My Fischl and Bennett is not really built towards the physical side. Bennett is built towards the HP, while Fischl is more towards the electro side, right? Alright, so going on into the last one. Chamber 3. Now this is the most annoying one. I'm not sure what's the best way to deal with these meta crawls, but they just charge at you immediately. I think backing off would have been ideal, so you trap them together. Sucro's Q won't really do much because it won't work on large units like this, right? So ideally at this point, just the freeze technique all over again. So spam as much as you can. Then we're gonna try get all the energy particles. Bam bam. Okay, get our ult again. I feel like if I build my Diana towards the damage side, I could have gotten a better score. I mean, I could have done better in this floor. Faster, for sure. Because, like, in this team, Diana's healing doesn't do much. Her healing is good, like, Diana is good as a healer, but it's just that in this team specifically, like, I'm not getting hit. So I don't really think that a healer is, like, super necessary. I feel like if I build her towards the cryo damage side, she can do much. She can do much more, for sure, based on what I'm observing. So that could be an alternative that I'm considering. So at this point, it's just the CC mages. Alright, we only have 1 and 2 treasure hoarders, right? So it shouldn't be too difficult from this point onwards. But trying to group them up is going to be difficult. I'm not sure what's the best approach right here. Maybe you want to focus on the treasure hoarders first. Getting Sucrose out would be ideal, so that we suck them in. So immediately when I get Sucrose out, I'm just gonna spam my Ganyu's elemental burst as well, and then try to get close to the CC mage. Try to get as much freeze as we can. Try and auto attack as much as we can as well, so that we benefit a lot from the ult from Xingqiu. Alright, Xingqiu's elemental burst easily does 2.6k times 2. That's about, I don't know, 5,000 plus damage, so just don't want to waste that. So that lightning is really scary. So again, suck them in, trying to get some freeze up. So Ganyu and Diana do not have any skills yet. So they swap to them. Yeah, this CC mage is really annoying because the auto targeting can be targeting her fly sometimes, right? So that can be annoying. So as long as you can try to constantly apply the freeze like that. Okay, so moving on into the last one, Chamber 3 second half. Okay, so as you can see, oh my god, that Bennett's crit That's a lot of damage. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, this one is these 2 Meta Curl with Joe Shield, and then we have 1 Fatui Pyro Agent at the end. So Zhongli is my key in trying to get rid of their shield alongside with Overload, alright? So if you don't have like a strong Joe character, I mean Noelle works as well from what I gather, Noelle, Ningguang, but if you don't have any Joe characters at all, Overload is your best bet to get rid of those shields. So just bring like an Electro alongside with a Pyro, try and get rid of the shield, bring them down as fast as you can, spam out, spam whatever you have. I'm not sure how to cancel that Fischl's Elemental Burst. I think switching characters would be the best way to go. So at this point, boom boom boom, this guy is down, and we're left with this one guy, right? So level 100. I'm not sure how much HP this guy has. I feel like he has like at least 500,000 HP for sure. It's a lot. Alright, so the objective here is to push him towards the corner, stopping him. I wanted to ult right there, but then he became invisible again, and that's going to be really hard to hit. Not sure if I got him right here, and I did. Awesome. Yeah, I played really sloppy right here. I didn't refresh my skills as much as I could. I think should have used them more often. Oh my god, do you guys saw that 52,000 when he got hit towards the wall? That's a lot of damage. Yeah, I needed to abuse that more, for sure. I needed to abuse that more. So that slam against the wall, that deals a lot of physical damage. Yeah, speaking of physical, I don't know, maybe Beidou could still work, but you need Superconduct. Yeah, now that guy is just being annoying. So I missed that by like 2 minutes. Could have done better, but yep, gonna try again next time. But that's how the freeze comp actually works in the gist. So just to give you guys an idea. Alright guys, so if you haven't already completed the Spiral Abyss, let me know where's your biggest struggle. Is it floor 11, floor 12? I think most players struggle with floor 11. As always, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, give this video a like. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.